Back on the Sports Zone, I am Mike Aglialoro. It has been a while since I've done one of these videos. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to my YouTube channel, Mike Ags 121. In the meantime, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do like the video. And check out the website, thisisportszone.com. We are available on Facebook and on Twitter at WeAreSportsZone. So make sure you check all that stuff out as well. So we are back now. We have done all the fantasy rankings. We ranked the top 20 running backs, the top 20 wide receivers. We did undervalued running backs and wide receivers. We did the top 15 quarterbacks, and we did the top 10 tight ends. So now we're going to look at later in your fantasy draft. The guys that could wind up not necessarily being your top stars, but definitely the guys who you can't win a championship without. These are the sleepers. We're going to do two parts. The first part, the first guy we are going to look at, Shane Vereen of the New England Patriots. Now, over the last couple of weeks, the rookie James White has gotten a lot of publicity from guys like Brad Evans and the rest of the Yahoo guys, being the guy expected to take carries away from Stephen Ridley due to his cases of fumbleitis that he got last year. Well, Shane Vereen was hurt for most of last season, but when he did play, he showed that he's the two-way threat that neither the rookie James White or Stephen Ridley have shown that they are able to be. He rushed 44 times last year for 208 yards. That's a 4.7 yard per carry. And he caught 47 passes for 427 yards with 3 touchdowns. Now, obviously, the yards he rushed for isn't going to amount to too much because you can get that from either Ridley or White. But neither one of them is going to catch 47 passes in 8 games. That's a little over 5 passes a game. And in a Tom Brady offense, you have to be able to catch the ball. And that's something Vereen can bring that neither one of them can bring. So moving on, we're going to look at another guy, and it seems year in and year out, Sean Payton is determined to find ways not to make this guy New Orleans' #1 running back, and that is Pierre Thomas. Coming off a year where he caught over 70 passes last year, and now Darren Sproles is gone. He should be able to take the backfield in a walk without even blinking. But because it's Sean Payton, he's going to wind up getting Mark Ingram involved at some point, even though Mark Ingram, while he's in a contract year, he's not going to wind up bringing anything to the table that the PT Cruiser can't bring. But the wild card in the battle for the backfield is going to be Kerry Robinson, an undrafted back who's been with Sean Payton and the Saints for about 3 years now. And more than likely, Sproles' absence could wind up leading to a bigger role for Robinson. But in spite of that, I still say PT Cruiser is someone you should target around the 6th or 7th round if you can, for no other reason than what he's going to bring from a PPR standpoint. He caught over 70 passes last year when Sproles was playing part of the time. And he was the only legitimate receiving weapon out of that backfield other than the PT Cruiser. Well, without him, you got to figure he's catching between 80 and 90 passes this year. He could get close to 1,000 yards just from receiving yards. You throw in another 500 or 600 rushing yards on top of that, and you got a guy who's either a guaranteed flex play every week or a borderline #2 running back. So that's a guy you want to make sure you grab, like I said, 6th or 7th round. Now, a later round running back to target, Ahmad Bradshaw from the Indianapolis Colts. Now, if you followed me at all last year, you know that I have a deep-seated hatred for Trent Richardson that came out of last year that we will talk about when we get to the busts section of our fantasy football preview. But sticking with Ahmad Bradshaw, I guess due in part to that, I just don't really believe that Trent Richardson is going to get any better. It's great that he's being trained by Edgerrin James, the all-pro former Colt, but I don't really think that's going to make much of a difference. And Ahmad Bradshaw, while he did go down for the season last year and the injuries continue to be a problem for him entering his age 28 season, he has played in platoon situations before with the likes of Brandon Jacobs and David Wilson in his rookie season, which was the second 1,000-yard rushing season of Bradshaw's career, the year before he came to the Indianapolis Colts. So don't focus on the fact that he only played 3 games last year and that he does have to get through the daunting challenge of being a better running back than Trent Richardson. go with the proven name who's going very late in drafts. You can get him late. You could be looking at a top 20 running back by mid-season, I will say. Moving on, and the last running back we're going to look at for today is going to be Terrance West of the Cleveland Browns. Now, I do like Ben Tate. I think if you take him, you're not going to be that disappointed. But the one thing Terrance West has on him is his ability to be utilized as a pass catcher. Now, Johnny Manziel is more than likely going to be Cleveland's #1 rusher this coming season. But as a result of that, I think as the season progresses and defenses start to really hone in on Manziel and try to stop him when he does the scrambling, he's going to need a quality dump-off target. And that's why I look at Terrance West here and give him the slight edge over Ben Tate. If you want to target one of the Browns' backs, go with West. The dump-offs are going to wind up leading to big plays, and expect Manziel to take advantage of that as the season progresses. So once again, part 1 of the running back sleepers for 2014. Shane Vereen of the New England Patriots, the PT Cruiser Pierre Thomas of the New Orleans Saints, Ahmad Bradshaw of the Indianapolis Colts, and Terrance West of the Cleveland Browns. Once again, folks, please subscribe to the channel Mike Ags 121. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at We Are SportsZone. Check out the website, This Is SportsZone, for quality coverage of Major League Baseball, the National Football League, the National Basketball Association, the world of boxing, and the world of mixed martial arts. Thanks once again, folks. For This Is SportsZone, I am Mike Aglialoro. We'll see you next time, guys.